Okay, my wonderful intro to X people that I absolutely adore for your podcast. I thought I'd leave a bit more feedback because I've been actually getting through the episodes pretty quickly now. This means that obviously clearly I've been mooching my own room and not having much of a life. But they're really good to listen to while I'm doing my art, so it's quite exciting. I've got up to, I just did EBE, Extraterrestrial Biological Entity. I have to say I'm a Monster of the Week fan. I generally glaze over when there's any aliens involved, which is a bit ridiculous considering I'm watching a show which is meant to be about alien conspiracies at heart and core. But literally Mulder starts going, oh, aliens and UFOs, and I go, oh, what's Scully doing? Oh, isn't she pretty? Please, I don't know, just take over, or maybe Mulder can get locked in a box for an episode. And yeah, I generally glaze over. One of the episodes I do absolutely adore is Beyond the Sea. Not only is Scully's dad General Hammond from Stargate, which makes my little fan go, oh my god, Scully, don't you know, he's a general in the military, and a big giant alien doorway to other worlds, he's in charge of this project, and he's not really dead, it's just the fact that he's got this job that's so important that he had to fake his own death to go and leave to help head up the Stargate project. Well, it's just one theory. That episode actually holds a lot of personal meaning for me, because like Scully, apparently I can't speak anymore. But yeah, like Scully, I lost my dad. It was 2 years ago. So I kind of know how, like, your mind can go a bit crazy, like, after that. And it's really weird, like, rewatching an episode such as that, because you get a bit like, oh, I know these feelings. So anytime someone's dad dies in one of my TV shows, I get a little bit like, whew. But, one of the things I adore about that episode with this new perspective of kind of the whole understanding that, like, when you lose somebody and then you kind of have that own, like, little kind of, like, supernatural moment. Everyone must go through it. Like, if someone dies, you kind of automatically think, what were they thinking when they died? What would their last words have been to me? What messages could they possibly have? And then you also, strange things can sometimes happen. I will never forget in the hospice when Daddy was taking his last breaths and stuff, and we were all around the bed, and during the course of the night we'd all fallen asleep because, you know, sitting by a bedside for, you know, days it's tough. And then all of a sudden, for some unknown reason, I remember waking up at 2:00 and my mum waking up and going, hey, and Fiona waking up and going, hey, and we all just looked at each other and we all just knew. And we all decided to get up and stand. And that's, you know, it was about a few minutes after 2 that he passed away. You know, it was kind of weird. It was like we all somehow just knew it was going to happen. We all just woke up. No one woke each other up. We just all woke up, looked at each other and thought, why are we all awake at the same time? And then we went, oh, because it's happening now. And then the next few nights was weird. For some unknown reason, like, at about 2 minutes past 2 for 3 nights in a row, the alarms in the house would go off. Just go off. We've never had a problem with the alarm system. They've never gone off before. We don't know what was happening. It was just they started going off. Apparently there was an electrical fault in the area. I like to think, obviously, that it's just a message. He was just saying his final goodbyes to all 3 of us before moving on. To add to the weirdness, Christmas Eve of this year, a couple of minutes past 2:00 in the morning, what happens? All the alarms in the house went off. New Year's Day, Eve Day, whatever you call it, 2:00 in the morning, all the alarms in the house went off again. So I'm a great believer that that's just Daddy telling us, you know, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas. But yeah, so I've got a lot of passion for that episode because A, it's a Scully-centric episode and I adore a Scully-centric episode, and B, I get exactly what she was going through and kind of where you go. I know I'm a bit of a believer in the supernatural anyway. Not in aliens, but definitely the supernatural. But it was just too much of a coincidence. Other things I've liked along in the next couple of episodes is, as I've said before, I'm a sucker for Scully in trouble. So when Scully gets kidnapped or shot or generally, like, creeped on, I'm like, yay, Scully's in danger. I'm such a freak. I love her so much that I get a little excited when she gets kidnapped because it just, I don't know why, it just excites me. I'm an utter freak. Maybe that's probably a good point to end my feedback. I'm so in love with Scully that I want to see her getting kidnapped more often. And also, what I like, the only bit in EBE I like, why Freyhiggy's a bit of a creeper, but at least he says, hey, she's hot, because you know what, she is. And Mulder's all like, oh, damn it, why didn't I think to say that, because I'm such a loser. Freyhiggy, maybe a creepy little, like, you know, creeper dude, as Claire puts it. But at least he was smarter than Mulder to kind of go, wait a minute, I've just registered that this girl's kind of super hot, and I better say something. And so, yeah, Freyhiggy gets in there before Mulder does. Score! All right, I'm going to love you and leave you guys and continue enjoying your wonderful podcast. Bye-bye.